your first 3 days here?
Good, lots of fun. Kind of time to get the guys who are involved in the camp to kind of grow some chemistry, meet each other, have a little time to a little kick back after we're done throughout the day, and kind of meet with each other and grow some friendships, I guess, which is always lots of fun, and then some good hard work at before noon or so or one every day. So we worked pretty hard and got our feet underneath us, and we're ready to get going from here.
How's your chemistry coming with your new Russian friend?
Lots. I mean, as much as we can speak to each other, but no, he's picking up quickly, which is nice to see. With the communication barrier, I guess. And he's a good player. He's a really good player to play with. He moves the puck well, and he's got some good vision, and he's a good skater as well. So fun playing with him, and I wouldn't complain if we kept playing together as we move forward.
How much difference is your situation this year from last year? Just, you seem to have a job now and going in, whereas last year there was always that uncertainty.
Yeah, I don't think you can come in expecting that a job's waiting for you, but I think with my experience last year, it gave me some confidence for sure coming in here, maybe a little more comfortable with knowing what I have to do to be successful and play my game. So I think I brought that in with me, but you're still battling for a spot every day.
Mike said last year after camp, had you been a right-handed shot, you'd have made the team. Do you recall back to your camp and the aspects you're able to build upon in this camp here, Travis?
Yeah, you learn everything. You learn something from every camp, and every time you're on the ice, especially with guys like this that we have in the organization. You get better every time on the ice, and the last camp was big for me, and the camp before that was big for me as well. I think you just try to take in as much as you can, and I think I've learned something from every experience I've had throughout.
You had a taste of the National Hockey League, and then you got to go back to the Toronto Marlies and play some really high, intense situations. What do you take back from that and that run to the Calder Cup?
I mean, just having a great time with some great teammates, some great coaches, and just being able to go through that with such a successful team, and having all my friends and brothers beside me, and doing that in Toronto with them not having a hockey championship in such a long time was something real special. We got some time to relax and celebrate throughout the summer, but I mean, going forward, you take experiences like that and you keep it with you, and any experience you can have in the playoffs going forward, it helps a lot, and I'll definitely be thinking back to that run throughout my career.
So what do you take more into the season then? What happened in Game 7, Travis, and learn from that, or then what happened with the Marlies and that success? Both, or a bit more than the other?
Yeah, it's different. I think in the Boston series, I mean, it could have gone either way. I think in Game 7, a couple lucky bounces here and there, and you never know what's going to happen, right? But it was obviously really good hockey and really competitive, and that's going to be something that's not going to change throughout my career. It's only going to get harder, and so I mean, it's something you kind of take in stride and learn from, and expect that same thing, if not harder, this year going forward.
Do you see yourself playing higher in the lineup eventually?
I mean, you always want to move up, right? If you get comfortable in where you are in your career, you're going to plateau, and then eventually start going downhill pretty quick. So you want to keep pushing yourself and keep expecting more from yourself, and never be happy with where you're at. I think if I dig into my brain, I'll definitely see some potential that's higher than where I am now. But there's always room to improve.
Do they say anything to you about that? Like when you meet with Mike or talk to Mike or Kyle or whomever, they say we see you going here eventually? Or
Not really. I think like Babs likes to say, you take it day by day, right? You don't want to. We're not planning on what we're doing after the Stanley Cup already. We're taking it day by day, and we're trying to win every day, whether we're playing that day or just practicing. You come to the rink with a purpose, and just every day you want to get better and keep improving to finally get to that final point of success, I guess.
What is the challenge with the language barrier with Igor? Like, how low is he, and like, do you have to like try and keep it simple? Like, how do you overcome it?
He's learning pretty quick. I know he's taking English classes back in Toronto, so that's going to help him a lot. But hockey's hockey, no matter what language. It's kind of its own language, right? So he sees what Babs writes on the board, and he probably understands that more than what he's saying. But I mean, he picks up on some stuff that I didn't think he would, and then I try to help him out as much as I can. But he definitely understands more than I would expect him to with the language barrier.
What does he bring out on the ice? I mean, a lot of people haven't seen him, obviously, having not played this league before.
Yeah, he's a big player, a strong kid. I feel like all Russians are crazy strong, even if they're not the biggest guys. But he's definitely a strong guy. He can move well, and I'm really impressed with his. He's got the long reach, so he can make some pretty cool slip plays in the D zone to kind of get it through guys that you wouldn't expect him to, but he can make nice plays in tight even though he's such a big guy.
So we know that there's quote unquote battle for those depth spots in the blue line, but given your experience last year and what he's expected to bring, are you thinking that that's the third pair right now, yourself and him?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of come out and worry about myself. Whoever they put me with, I'm gonna do what I can to make the best out of that pairing that I'm with at the time. But I mean, he's gonna battle for his own position. That's not really on me. But whoever they put me with, or whoever I'm battling with, it's gonna be a team effort. But really, it's ultimately up to them. So.
Mitch seems to have beefed up a bit in the offseason. What have you noticed, if anything, about kind of his strength and coming into this camp?
Yeah, he looks real good. I mean, Mitch Marner is going to impress pretty much anyone who watches him on the ice. So I think he had a big offseason for himself, and he's had a good camp so far, especially having him on my team was something I was pretty happy about. Him and Johnny were working pretty good. So, I mean, exciting free season for all those guys coming up.
What are you learning about Tavares now, Travis, that you didn't know before, having not played with him?
Just the puck control in tight is just elite. It's you watch him, and I remember yesterday at one point he was going on a 1-on-4 over the other team's blue line. I'm like, what could he do here? Like, no chance he could do anything. He flipped it to his backhand, flipped it over a couple of guys' sticks, and ended up getting by them into the corner, pulled up and made a play. So just these little plays that he makes in tight with the puck control that he has is something that's definitely something really interesting to watch and fun to play with for sure.